Hello and welcome. This is Callum Loader, episode 0. Let me begin with a little stutter, if you don't mind. Let me begin by saying, this is not the first formal episode. This is something that I really want to do, because this is a story I've wanted to tell for many years. It's brilliant. Okay, this is some of the greatest times of my life. Grade 7. Tanamacoon. Swim test. Let's start there. Mr. Wiz. If anybody knows Jake Wisniewski, his dad, Paul Wisniewski, was my teacher in grade 7. Oh boy. We go off to the swim test. We're amped up as if it's going to be a huge day of testing our swim and making sure we're fucking ready. It really wasn't, to be honest with you, but yeah, I was a level 3. I got my swim shit going. If you were level 1, it meant you fucking needed a lifeguard to get in the pool without drowning. Level 2 is any normal swimmer, and then level 3 is someone who, like at the time, I was training to be a lifeguard. I never ended up being a lifeguard. I blew up my UCL, but you get the point. I knew how to swim. Now we're off to Algonquin. We take what we thought was going to be a coach bus. Turns out to be a fucking school bus at 6 in the morning on a Tuesday. Now, man, oh man, when we got to Algonquin, 6 hours later, what do you think? We're hungry. We stopped for burgers on the way, but we're fucking starving. We feel like shit. We just want to relax. And what do? They take us on a hike to Algonquin. Okay, fine. Normal. And we're on our way to the campgrounds. Oh, brilliant. There's cabins. It's going to be awesome. Bro, they stopped us in a fucking marsh to talk about our names and shit. It's 7 o'clock in the evening. There's mosquitoes everywhere. And you want to talk about this bullshit? Fuck off. Why? Let's go on our... So we did our fucking activities in the middle of a marsh with mosquitoes basically mauling everybody alive who wasn't in full fucking protective gear, aka the cabin workers, the fucking assholes. And then we got to enter camp with 18 bug bites already. Dinner sucked. Let's move past dinner. Speaking of dinner, let's talk about my cabin mates. Now there were 5 of them. I was the 6th. We had Nathan Wispooty. Brilliant kid. Love him. He was like the ultimate, you don't think he's going to be a shit disturber, but he likes to mess around and have fun. Awesome to have in the cabin. Kyle Schweitzer, you're not going to hear anything about that kid during this because he wasn't in any of our daytime groups and he fell asleep at 9 o'clock every night. I'm going to be straight up. He was non-existent. Ethan McAvoy, that was fun. He was awesome. It was so chill. He was a bit of an early sleeper, but pretty fun during the day and a beauty. Nicholas Manis. Now that kid moved back to Poland in 2016, only a year after Tanamacoon. But just know that kid had a brilliant mind, and he probably still has a brilliant mind. He was hilarious. The ironic jokes he would come up with, just the slapstick, like, I mean, that kid could make anything funny with his face, it was just awesome, man. And then, I mean, the 2 people that fucked it up the most, that had the most fun of it at night for sure, were me and Brian McGoy. And I love Brian. Like, that was... Okay, first night. So Brian and I, we brought hockey bags. We're the only 2 hockey players in the group, and we brought our hockey bags to fucking Tanamacoon, because what do you think? We have suitcases? No, we're bringing fucking hockey bags. Now, this first night, we were obviously told, don't bring food to Algonquin. What do you think Nick Manis does? He brings a 12-inch fucking king-size layered submarine sandwich. All the meats, all the cheeses, all the lettuces, all the tomatoes. Everything, bro. It was a sexy-looking sandwich. Mayonnaise, everything. And this kid eats the first half of it and goes, I'm going to save the rest for tomorrow. And we go, what? So he puts 6 inches of a sub away in our fucking cabin. So, what to do? Well, why not protect from raccoons? Brian and I, being the fucking legendarily smart kids that we were at the time, decided to put a rock at the door. From that rock, we piled 2 hockey bags, and I think McAvoy's suitcase as well on top of that. Make sense? Because we knew there was a 6-inch fucking sub in there, and that if we didn't close the door, we'd be fucked. Because somebody's gonna smell that. We're in the middle of Algonquin Park. And by somebody, I mean a fucking animal. Now, 2, 3 in the morning, who knows? Nobody has technology, nobody has watches, we have no idea. Everybody's still awake on that first night. Well, besides Kyle, but he's never awake, so everybody's awake, okay? Nick Manis looks out the window after Brian and I have barricaded the door. And when I say window, I mean the fucking screen that had tarp over it. And he goes, yo, something's scratching at the door, yo. And we go, what? And he goes, there's a raccoon at the door. It's pushing through. And we're like, yo. But our bags were there. And we survived. No raccoon ruining the trip that night. But you have no idea how fucking funny that was to talk about. McGooey and I, man, we saved our asses that night. We saved them. Now we wake up the next day. It was something like shooting hoops, having a great time in the morning, just balling out. Literally just balling out. Just the girls from our school and the guys from our school. Like, they had the girls segregated on the other side of the camp. But in the morning, you could kind of meet up. Not that I was talking to any of the girls, but, like, you can shoot hoops. You can fucking talk to people. You know, go for a walk by the lake. Just mess around. Even fish. Well, when you say fish, it was like a fucking string from a bow and a stick. But, hey, man, better than nothing. I never did it, but better than nothing. Now, they called us all together, and they set us up into groups. And I was a little disappointed because I believe Ethan, Nathan, Brian, and Nick all got the same group. My group was, I do remember Nikitai was in it, which was beautiful. Kyle Schweitzer was in it. I think a girl named Ashley was in it. I think Kayla was in it. I think a girl named Michaela was in it. It was a fun group. I think there were girls from other schools too. Like, I think the only 3 dudes were Kyle, me, and Nick. Make sense? And I still follow my instructor on Instagram. Her name's Heather Coburn. She was awesome, man. Now look, we went off and did our thing. We had a great time. We just messed around. Now sometimes we would intermingle, and I believe on the first day, we decided with our instructors, it was our turn to go kayaking and canoeing. Now you must understand that I was not about to get in a canoe with a bunch of girls. That wasn't going to work on my... No. So what did I do? Magooey, Nick, Nathan, and I believe Kyle. It was us 5 in a canoe, if I'm not mistaken. Now I do remember flipping it, and I remember having a great time, and I remember hitting boats that were different from mine, of course. Fucking British Navy out there, but that's fine. Man, it was enjoyable. It was a day on the water, and the kayaking was even better. Daniel Lavella and I almost broke my shoulder that day. We raced each other, along with Cameron Sosarchik, and... going out, it was pretty close, and then on the way back in, my right shoulder was doing most of the work because my arm was so fucking tired from baseball, and like my left good arm, and dude, I almost broke my shoulder. It was the most unnatural, unorthodox movement. I lost by a landslide. It sucked, but I flipped a kayak too. It was a great time. It was a fucking great time. Let's get out of the water. Because that shit, while fun, hitting other canoes and playing fucking war games, like, I got in some shit, man. It wasn't nice. Let's move on to dinner that night. I remember writing journals. We were in almost like an Aboriginal teepee or an indigenous teepee. I'm not sure the right word, but you get what I'm saying. And we kind of had to write a journal. It was almost like mini English class with Heather, and Heather being the instructor. And that was interesting, but honestly really fun. It was a good fucking time. Straight up, I'll admit it. I'm a nerd, but it was fucking awesome. It was really reflective and really fucking calming. Now, that night, is when sleep deprivation started to hit me. I think this might be the first time I think I could ever classify as being inebriated, non-sober, just from pure lack of sleep. It was the second night. Like, that was 12-year-old Callum. Come on, man. If you think I was staying up late, get out of here. Now look. Oh, fuck. 4 a.m. the next night. We barely had any sleep the first night. We haven't slept at all the second night. My dumb ass sat up in bed, looks out the tarps of the windows and goes, yo, 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 yo. There's a hurricane. 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 What the fuck am I talking about? What? I remember Nathan looking at me like, what are you saying, man? You're on crack. You're insane. You're fucking insane. Man. And that night was the first sighting of our 6th group member, our unofficial 6th group member. Unfortunately, Ryan Hogan, he got trapped with some of the less popular kids. I don't even remember their names, but he got trapped in their cabin. And he would sneak in, and when we started to make noise, and he started to make noise, he would get kicked out. It was just a ritual. He would get kicked out every night. Now, you must understand the geography of our cabin before I explain this next story. Think of a ridge, like a ridge line over a lake. It's not too tall, maybe like 30 feet tall of like a drop. 20, 30 feet of a drop. Now, we had a boardwalk that would lead to our front door. And from that boardwalk, like the actual structure, for the most part, was on solid ground on that ridge. But part of it actually hung off, and they had wooden structures coming up because part of it hung off over the ridge, over the lake. It was fucking beautiful. To our immediate right, 30, 35 feet below us, Daniel Cesarchik, Cameron Cesarchik, Daniel Avella, everybody else. Caleb Jurak, like everybody. We start on that second night flashing flashlights. We start wanting to meet up. And so where do boys meet up when they're not allowed outside and they're not allowed to be loud? That's right, the washroom. So at 5 a.m, when everybody on the camp is asleep, there's 14 boys in basically just an outhouse. Now that's fine, we make our noise, we do our thing, whatever, totally cool. And guess who the fucking person to leave last was? Hi, that's me. And this is where the real fuckery started. You must understand that these doors, they weren't doors. They were fucking massive wooden planks that would close by slamming into another massive wooden plank. If you didn't hold it open, it would slam. Make sense? So guess who left last thinking, oh, there's got to be someone there. Oh, somebody's going to hold the door. BAM! Sorry for the loud noise, but genuinely. It was like thunder went off. And so we go, fuck, and we sprint, all of us, like little kids, yelling, running, giggling, screaming, run back to our cabins with flashlights going crazy and everything. Obvious whose fucking cabins they are. The instructors come running for us, and who, being the little slow kid that I was, who also makes it to the cabin last? Me. Now, our door was still barricaded because we had already had a raccoon scare. Few people take out the door, like they push it open, the rock's gone, and there's hockey bags there. What happens when I enter the room? I don't see my hockey bag, and I totally eat shit, making a thud just as loud, and also doing the same slam to the door of our cabin. Now it is certain that it's our cabin. Before there were 2 they could pick from, and we might not be fucked. Now, I've fucked us up 3 times in 30 seconds. So what do I do to answer that? I barricade the door right back up. Rock there, hockey bags there. You're not getting in this door. Suitcases too this time. And then what do all 6 of us do? We get into bed, and we sleep. We didn't fucking sleep. We were giggling in our tits off. We put our faces in our pillows and made it look like we were done. We hear, knock, knock, knock. Boys, stop being loud. Let me in. Boys, let me in. Let me in. I can't get in. Are you okay? She couldn't get past my barricade, bro. It was like she was a raccoon. It was like she was the raccoon. Oh, man. We were dying. Yeah, imagine being 12 years old and you've just barricaded your instructor from getting into your room and fucking with you. And so your lie works. Stupid. Man, oh man. The next day at Algonquin. Oh man. So this is where they started introducing a drama presentation. And drama is really good. Like, drama is brilliant. It's an awesome, awesome thing. Everybody knows this, man. Not the way we were doing it, though. And not the way they fucking organized it. Well, eventually it worked, but like this setup where they would just kind of teach us, it was literally just, all right, 150 kids sit in a circle and then listen to our boring presentation, you know? So what did I do? I took a fucking stick and I just started digging. Like an idiot, just digging for hours on end. And I eventually dug up this fucking nice rock. It was a nice, shiny rock. Like, pretty sexy looking rock. And I held on to it. I said, you know what, I'm going to keep this. And I'll tell the end of that story later. But moving on, drama, I'm a little bored digging up rocks, right? What is our cabin, because it goes by cabin, what does our cabin do? Well, we told a story of a raccoon entering our room. I think Nick Manis played the raccoon. No. Brian, I love you. Magooey was the raccoon. Manis was the sleeper. And then I believe the other four of us were like the protectors / also sleepers. And then Brian's just crawling around. And then there's like a makeshift door that we had used a prop for. And we barricaded that. And then Brian's nudging at the door like, meh, meh, meh. And then somebody wakes up like, yo, hey, there's a raccoon. And everybody, like the rest of the sleepers, start freaking out. And it was awesome. It had everybody dying. I think we actually won best skit too. Like that was between 5 or 6 schools, and we got best skit for that. Like we were a banger. So now we're entering the last day. The last day was the most legendary day. Like the last day before nighttime, which was the last nighttime before the last day, which was when we actually left. Make sense? Holy fuck, this day. This was the Olympics, and so they separated us into red, blue, and white. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I was team white or team blue. I want to say I was team blue. Now, I wish there were still pictures of it, but Brian McGoy, I said this a few times so far, I love you. We crushed kids in the sit-up competition. It was fastest to do 30 sit-ups each, and we murdered kids. We murdered the other kids that were there. Like, we won first place, got huge points for the blue team, fucking suck my dick, right? Then there's other competitions. There was a pull-up and a pull yourself up and then hold it kind of competition. I can't even fucking tell you what that is, because if you think I can do a pull-up or if I've been able to do a pull-up ever, no. And man, oh man, some of these competitions, like water balloons and shit, like it was just fucking around, like basketball, everything was a competition. Everything was, and we dominated sit-ups. Now, I can't tell you who won. I remember Alexis Brown celebrating, so I think she was on the red team, and that's whatever. That's just, I specifically remember her celebrating and being like, damn, so I think we lost. But look. That night was actually pretty normal. We started getting into some trouble in terms of exhaustion, especially with all the working out we had done that day and all the exercise from the week. And so, food and sleep were our priorities. Now, on these other days, food was okay. It was scarce, but it was okay. Like, scarcely good, I should say, but it was good. It was abundant for the most part. But then we had tacos. Now, taco night, for me, I hate tacos. I despise them. So I basically just ate a little bit of ground beef, a little bit of hard shell tacos, and just a bunch of vegetables and shit, right? Like, I wasn't going to make a massive taco. It's not my style, you know? Now, I'm looking over at the table next to me. Brian, Nick, Ethan, and Nathan. Their fucking loser-ass instructor. He's just wolfing them down. He basically has the whole fucking table's food supply. He ate, I think he bragged to the women after that he ate 14 tacos. Like, straight, normal-sized 14 tacos. And then there's, like, Brian, Ethan, the girls in their group, fucking, man, they're just like, what is this bullshit, man? I want to eat. This is a joke. This guy's a clown. Just unfortunate for food the last night. Just unfortunate. It was supposed to be the last day of reckoning, and yeah. Now, the next morning, we woke up to a fucking bear gnawing and screaming. Like that bullshit, bro. Bear going fucking crazy. It was just, oh my God. It's indescribable. Like, you're asleep, you're exhausted, and then you get woken up at like 6 a.m. to fucking people on the beach starting to run out and like yell with little bear scare kind of like contraptions and hoozas and some shit. And this fucking bear, man, he just kept screaming. And then we weren't allowed out of our cabins for a while. We went and had our breakfast. And then it was time to pack up. Now, Magooey and I, because we were kind of fools, we were the last people in our group to pack up. We had huge hockey bags. Everybody else was already on top of their shit. I couldn't tell you what specifically kept Magooey and I from this. I think I might have been swimming. But either way, it was a bit of a rushed pack. And so the same fucking instructor, if I'm not mistaken, who we locked out on the second night, sorry. Oh, Christ, man. Oh, Christ. I'm gonna die telling this. Oh, fuck. So, I brought a baseball glove, right? I love my baseball. It's a great sport. And, man, oh, man. Oh, baby. I'm packing up, and this lady comes in. She goes to help me. And this fucking woman, man. She picks up my baseball glove, and I go, no, there's something important in there. She goes, what? And she picks it up anyway, and I kind of like reach my hand out, like, no. And you want to know what falls out? The fucking rock that I had collected from drama class. That's the important object in the face that she gave me. And she looked at me like I was special needs. I'm not even. She looked at me like I was special needs. I'm not even trying to be funny. She looked at me like I was actually insane. Like I was just a fucking lost cause. She looked at me like, what? No. And then I go, oh, thank God, I can eat that back. And she was just, she left. She was done. She was just speechless. Just, what can you say? What can you say? You're just doing your best to try and help out Sioux kids. And you look at a baseball glove that's already beat up, just a worn baseball glove. And the kid goes, no, there's something important in there. And you're thinking like, okay, maybe he's got a signed ball, maybe he's got this. But she wasn't thinking, and she just picks it up. And a fucking rock fell out, man. A rock fell out. It was just, I mean, I don't know how Brian didn't just look at me and kill himself laughing at me. Like, it was, oh, fuck, man. It was incredible. We put our shit back on the barge and we march out, right? March out. Fucking... I was going to make a bad joke, but no, let me not do that. That's, I'll pay respects to people who died in marches. That's, yeah. Moving on. That was so bad if I said it. Moving on, man. we get on this fucking bus, man. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. We start our way back. Dude, I fell asleep on Cameron Cesarchik's shoulder. Like, that's how tired I was. I won't even lie. Like, it looked gay as fuck. But straight up, I fell asleep on this kid's shoulder. I was so exhausted, man. I was so exhausted after, like, 8 hours sleep and 4 fucking days of trekking through Algonquin. Holy Christ. You have no idea how scary it is when you're rounding a turn that's on an incline, but not really on an incline. Like, it's sort of going up, sort of going. It's like, oh man, it was disgusting. The camber was in, like, it was terrible camber for the road. It was somewhat on an incline, and it was on the highway, just out of Algonquin Park, with nothing civilization-wise. BAM! Boom, boom, boom. Bus comes to a screeching halt. What the fuck just happened? The fucking tire exploded. Are you kidding me? 30-degree heat, side of the highway, can't leave the bus, 3 hours waiting on a repairman. That fucking sucked. There were 2 St. Gabe's buses. One of them got there at maybe 6 o'clock at night, 5 o'clock at night. Ours, good 2.5 hours later. They made up a bit of time on the 407, but that was tragic. That fucking sucked, and thank God we didn't get hurt. It was terrifying, man. You're on a highway, rounding a concave fucking bend with a little bit of steepness, and the thing explodes. What the fuck? I still remember Mr. Wiz, fucking Paul Wisniewski. Oh, Christ. This man, I haven't talked about him much in this story, and I should have, but this fucking guy. Oh, Christ. The scenes of watching him lift like a 200-pound tread and just fucking destroy his back to help the mechanic. Oh, my God, man. It was the stupidest shit. It was just like you look out the bus and you see sweaty as fuck Wiz just like hauling the fucking tread of a tire. Like, it was so dumb. Fucking dumbass. Like, I loved Wiz, but like, come on, there was something that could have been done to that tire that wasn't just fucking destroy your back for it, man. Like, think of his vertebrae. Dude's like 6'5", I'm 6'5". I know what he feels, man. It's terrible. We got home, and to finish off this story, oh fuck me, man, this is awesome. We get home, and now there's somebody that to anybody who goes to St. Gabe's, you know exactly who I'm talking about. I'm not saying their last name, but Talia. You know Talia. And my mom, because I lived right next to St. Gabe's on Jefferson Road, 2 streets away from Parkway, where St. Gabe's was. This lady, my mother, she was brilliant enough to order us all Mount Royal pizza, which was honestly fire to have at the time. I won't lie. I probably had like 2 or 3 slices, like immediately getting off the bus. It was nice. I think it was... I know for a fact it was Talia, but she walks up to me and she goes, "Wow, this is really good pizza. It was a great trip. And like in kind of a kind way. And I remember I looked her in the eye. My smile from the whole trip faded to just pure, not disgust, but resentment almost, or not confrontation, but just fuck off, in a sense. And, oh man, I remember the look she gave me was just like, whoa. And I was like, what did I just do? And then I walked off with the homies, and I think I talked to Cameron and Daniel's mom and Brian's mom and whatnot, and it was just a great time. That was brilliant, man. That was brilliant. I think the best aspect of it was the trip back from the fucking washroom. That was unbelievable. I mean, again, in 30 seconds, you go from 14 kids in a washroom to a slam door to sprinting and screaming to a huge wooden thud of me fucking falling onto the floor and smashing my shoulder into the ground. Our entire group dying of laughter at the sight of me eating complete shit, and then immediately shutting up going, oh fuck, when the door behind me slammed again, and then me going and barricading the door, and then just muffled laughter when the fucking lady walked up and went, hello boys, I need in, stop being loud and don't leave your cat. It was like, this is like a 25-year-old woman who's got to deal with 12-year-olds acting like 12-year-olds. It was, oh man. Takes me back, man. Takes me back. I think I would have a better memory of this if Magui were here with me right now, if we were able to talk about it. And I think one of the next podcasts I'll tell for you boys is our trip to Ottawa, but that'll be with Magui. Yeah, that'll be with Magui. That was a good one. That was a good one. Our Ottawa trip to Grade 8, a fucking beautiful Lord Elgin hotel with Daniel Sasarcha, Caleb Jurek, Brian McGoy, and myself. That was suicidal. But that's a story for another day. Thank you very much. I hope I did a good job trying to revise this story for you all. It's a long time ago now. It's crazy to think it's a long time ago now, but I mean, it's coming up on 6 entire years. I cherish that memory. That was one of the most fun trips I've ever been on. And I mean, just a memory that'll last for life, you know, especially the rock falling out of my glove, the presentation of the raccoon, let alone the raccoon. Of course, as I just explained again, running back from the washroom, that's a legacy moment in my life. Like, I'm telling my wife about that story, man. It's just, yeah, that was, oh man. Either way, I'll be back here tomorrow for you boys. I think honestly, I'm gonna tell another story tomorrow night in the middle of writing my real episode for Saturday, and then Saturday you'll get an on-point loader who is a little bit more comfortable behind the mic and ready to give it his all in terms of an actual important topic, or if it's not an important topic, which I still haven't fully decided, but either way, I'll be putting my 100% into it, not just goofing around, you know. To finish off that point, it's not that, you know, I'm sitting here saying like, oh, I need to put my effort into it once I decide. It's like, no, I'm deciding on 2 different topics, and I have scripts written and started for both of them. It's just which one I want to go with first, which one I want to go with second. Makes sense. So, yeah. Man, oh man, it'll be a good time Saturday. Hopefully tonight was a fun listen. But yeah, man, this is going to be an awesome time for me. Even just like today was less a podcast and more just me reminiscing, and still feels amazing to do so. Hell yeah. Last little tidbit before I start with episode 000 tomorrow, if you want to be, I guess, properly articulate. Well, no, but before episode 1, if I do another episode, I just want to say I can live stream these, and I'm not going to live stream it tomorrow, but in time, I mean, if I got a big topic and I know that it's going to take a long time, I'd almost rather sit down and live stream, and just, if you want to hop in for part of it, go for it. So yeah, man, like, even if I have 0 concurrent viewers, what the fuck do I care? You know, it's going to be easier to live stream something that's, say, the Nanking Massacre, or, you know, the Mongol invasion of Russia or whatever. Like, that's going to be fucking difficult to just chat about, if you know what I mean. Like, I'd rather live stream it and kind of be there, maybe have some notes in front of me with y'all. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back tomorrow. If not tomorrow, which I should be back tomorrow with another little story, but if I'm not, then I got you all on Saturday with a legit one that I'll probably advertise to quite a few people. So fuck yeah, boys. Have a great night. Love ya.